lot of the anxiety that came with COVID, the fear of the unknown, and a lot of people lost their jobs, so there was a lot of despair and sorrow, and I felt helpless. How can I help my friends when I can't help them get a new job or make them feel better immediately? But I just focus on what I can do. What is my value in this space?
Well, the year presents difficulties, and if we move away from the economics, a lot of people are struggling mentally to cope with it, mainly because of the confinement in their domestic situations.
So the biggest impact of COVID-19 on my life was football. The season has been delayed for 6 months.
I've been through what millions of Australians are going through right now, which is unemployment that causes severe frustration in their life.
I was played a lot of shows that I was very proud of, and when COVID came, it kind of felt like it stopped all of that momentum and all that hard work.
All of my work was cancelled up until the end of the year. I realised that the change was going to definitely affect my children. I am a single mum. I support my family on my own through my business, and I'm also the carer for my father.
When COVID-19 first hit, we definitely were worried. We were quite concerned that because we have a family business and my whole family works in hospitality, so we were very worried that we were going to lose our jobs. But the community really came together and supported us.
COVID for me was a time to slow down and reassess. I'd suffered quite bad with postnatal depression after the birth of my little guy. It actually didn't hit me till about 8 months postpartum, and for me I was a happy-go-lucky person. I was always positive. I had this great attitude in life, and for me it really hit home that mental health doesn't discriminate.
When I couldn't take the boys swimming, we'd go down just for walks, just around the street. We couldn't go to the parks during COVID, and my boys are really out there. They love to be energetic and burning off that energy, so that was really difficult for me.
I care for a little 4-year-old granny. He's kindy at school, and when he found out that school wasn't on, he was really upset. And so I had to put him back in daycare.
For my children during COVID-19, there was definitely big changes. They didn't really understand the concept that it wasn't going to be forever. It became a new norm for them. And so finding places for them to go and to be busy without interacting with other children was definitely hard.
Mental health for me is just as important as physical health, if not more. If your mind's not right, it means that you can't get your body right.
So during COVID, I had to stop going to the gym. For me, working out is it's almost my medicine for my mental health. So not being able to get those endorphins moving and moving through my body was really difficult for me.
It must be hard with the COVID situation at the moment, where families can't be together, particularly in times of sickness and when family members pass away.
My family, they're in the hot spot in the world right now as it pertains to COVID. So there was a lot of anxiety there, worrying if my family members would get sick and what would happen. I probably wouldn't be able to leave. So I just made sure to touch base with them often and really let go. Meditating is such a beautiful gift, and so whenever I felt a lot of anxiety again, I would go right back to that still point in my life and just sit down and simply be.
I have a history of depression in our family, and I am from New Zealand and I have no family here. So I'm a single mum and I have 3-year-old twins. So not being able to have those connections with my work colleagues was really difficult.
The hardest thing that happened during this time was letting staff go. That was quite difficult. We've worked with people for a really long time, seen them go through high school, through uni, and yeah, we had to let them go, and it was just that was a very difficult decision.
It was a brutal but necessary break for me. Initially, I was really cut because it felt like it put a stop to a lot of the momentum and a lot of the work that I'd put in over 2019, 2018. But as it sort of went on, I realized that I needed to have that break to take care of myself.
I think we've all been so busy with our 9-to-5 jobs and all of the stressors in life, you know, the bills and the kids, that we really haven't had much time to slow down and reflect on what is really important.
Just being able to verbalise it, no, I'm not okay and I need some help, is really hard, but it's amazing to put that out there.
People are often afraid of asking, are you okay? Because they don't feel qualified. They're worried about what's going to happen if you say you're not. And the analogy I think of is, it's like if someone was drowning there and you've got a life preserver, you're not going to think, I can't throw that life preserver to them because I'm not qualified. You're going to grab it and throw. Are you okay? Is at that level.
I didn't think I'd be affected. You know, I always found life easy and, you know, knew what I wanted, that suddenly I was in this spiral of having no clue what was going on. And that's normal. And I think just acknowledging that it is so normal and asking for help or telling your friends. I was embarrassed to tell my friends of where I was at, and I shouldn't have been because they were all there for me. But unless we speak up and ask, we can't sort things out.
If you keep it bottled up inside and you keep it to yourself, that's where it gets dangerous. So if my advice to anyone that is struggling, please vent out and reach out, because there's always going to be someone there for you.
2 words, help me. Because as a bloke, I bottled it up and I kept it to myself, and others saw that I was falling apart. And it's okay to say that you're not okay. I know that's a bit of a cliche, but we need to break past this thing of not saying anything and actually putting our hand up and saying, I need something.
In the last 4 months, we have been helping temporary residents and students, some of them from as many countries, like 12 nationalities other than Indians. We would have helped over 1,000 students directly.
And we don't realise that when issues like the coronavirus comes into our life, how important it is to support each other. Even when you go down the shop, just saying hello to somebody, especially somebody who you don't know.
We're reliant on each other. We're reliant on the integrity and the quality of our relationships and making sure that we are looking after each other in every moment. It's simple.
Getting from that place to where I am today is being able to function efficiently as if you like, a reformed person, someone who's been through the whole circle. And when I see someone who's maybe not travelling as good, then having been there and done that, I can reach out to them a lot better.
The most important thing that I did was volunteering. Volunteering through the local council, Salvation Army, and volunteering WA.
It's really hard to see light in a really difficult situation. You're often asking yourself, why me? Why is this happening to me?
A great thing for anyone that is still struggling by themselves, that don't think they can reach out, please come reach out to any kind of sporting complex, because there's going to be people there. It's a great community thing to do, and it's great for mental health.
There's a book that I was reading and the author said in it, too often we try to survive during the days as parents when really we should be thriving. And for me, good mental health means you are thriving, so you're thriving in all areas of your life.
The turning point for me when I thought this is okay, things are going to be okay, is when one of the doctors said to me, Jem, if you had asthma, you would treat it. Jem, if you broke your leg, you would get a cast. This is exactly the same thing. Quit fighting it and go on the journey to be better.
Talk to a friend. Now that friend doesn't have to be an expert, doesn't have to be a family member. Just go and speak about it.
Good mental health to me is actually connecting back to the things you're getting right. And if you need a bit of extra help, reach out. Are you okay?
My whole life is completely different. Ever since I sought help, I'm now president of the local Lions Club. I'm involved with my children and my grandchildren. I love being with my grandkids. I think that's my whole well-being. Good mental health to me is being able to function and get on with things the way they should be.